Morning, Hope Church. I'm Keith Becker, and I'm privileged to bring you your daily Hope Devotional today. We're going to go to the Old Testament and look at 2 Chronicles 7:14 and see what it has to say for our emphasis on Prayer Week. It says, "If my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and heal their land." This is a power-packed verse, and it's used a lot at national times of calling for prayer, and we're in that time right now. And during Prayer Week, during this time of the coronavirus, we need to be praying, and we need to ask God. This is a powerful prayer to instruct us. But I'm going to challenge us to think through it maybe more in a personal way. I'd like to take us through that. So let's start out what it says here. It starts by saying, "If my people who are called by my name." This is written for people who have Jesus in their hearts already. Now, if you don't know Jesus yet, He wants to know you. He says He knows your name and He's calling you. But if you know Jesus, He has called you and He has put His stamp on you. It's, I have a purpose and a plan for you. So it starts out, let's remembering that He is calling us. He's giving us a purpose. Your prayer time has a purpose. God's in charge of it. Then it says, if those people will humble themselves and pray. We talk a lot about humility at this church recently, where we said it's all about putting not necessarily yourself down, but others higher. And when it says prayer and humility, I got to thinking, I guess we're putting God higher than ourselves. And we're saying we're going to not just go do the work ourselves, we're going to go let prayer be the first thing that we do, and then we'll go do the work. So I encourage you in your prayer time, put this first. Then it goes on to say, if after they humble themselves and pray, if those people will seek God's face. And this is all about getting to know the character of God. And so when you are beginning to pray, you're going to first start out by remembering that God has a plan for you. You're going to say, I'm going to pray before I do anything, and I'm going to seek what God desires. Maybe that starts by just asking, God, what's on your heart today? Read maybe a passage of scriptures that talks about the character of God. The fruit of the Spirit, found in Galatians 5:22, is a great place to look at the character of God. He loves to see joy and peace and things like that. And so those are what you're going to be praying about. So then it says, if we do those things, He will, we got one more. We got to turn from our wicked ways, it says. And that piece right there, some of us, we think, well, I'm not murdering anyone. And hopefully that's not the case for most of us here. But what about the little things? Anything that's not putting God first is considered wicked. And we have just gone through a time where a lot of things are being stripped away in our life, revealing things like, man, I have kind of put watching sports first. Or for me, I still wanted North Dakota to win a national championship this year, and I'm just like bummed. I'm like, that's not really the big deal. Make that a lesser deal. And so I'm going to turn from my wicked ways, and this is the season to do that. Then God says, I will hear from heaven. Reminding God's in heaven. He has the power. And not only to do that, He will forgive your sin, and then He promises to heal your land. And the land and the ministry, maybe it's your family, there's promises that God can heal things. Take the promise of 2 Chronicles 7:14 for empowering the power of your prayer life this week.